Hi, this is a Cogit Games game. Pixel PI. The demo is part of the Steam Detective Fest during January 2026. And this is an indie game. It was developed and published by Chris Chu. I really hope I'm not mispronouncing that. And it's a detective game where we solve mysteries. Yeah. Let me read to you the blurb from the Steam page. You are Pixel PI, a hacker detective who has to solve old cases to find clues about her own past. And this is Pixel, we're playing as her. And of course the game has a distinct pixelated graphics with an anime theme as far as I can tell. I tried it out a bit, but let's start a new game to see what's up. System. Location, Havet Beach, St. Remy, Waveland. Time 11:31 p.m. Date 20th of November 2089. So we're in the future. Lots of pixels in the future. Pixel. What? Who are you? Why are you here? Oh yeah, there's a shadow person here. With a red eye. Ooh. Stop going after blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, it's encoded in there, it's encrypted, we don't know what he said. Or she said, we don't know. What are you talking about? Answer me! Trust me, it's not worth it. You'll only get yourself killed. Is that a threat? I won't be threatened. I don't care what you say. Don't be stubborn. It's for your own good. Somehow I don't believe you really care about what happens to me. In that case, you leave me no choice. Oh. But don't worry. The threat is over for now. Location. Pixel's apartment, St. Remy, Waveland. Time 5:41 a.m. Date 21st of November 2089. So this is the next morning after that incident. And nice architecture. I like it. Pixel wakes up. It was just a nightmare? I fell asleep at my desk. What was I doing? She checks her computer. What? Did everything get deleted? Why can't I remember what I was working on? She notices the robot levitating beside her and gets startled. What the heck are you doing here? Oh no, she's angry. But hey, look, cute robot. It has a face. I don't know, my memory seems to be corrupt. Pixel stands up and tries to punch the robot she doesn't recognize. Wham! Yeah, nice graphics. It's definitely anime style, really nice. But I think that the robot was dodging. Wait, stop Pixel, it's me, Ethan. I don't know any Ethans and I don't care about robots either way, so get out of my house. Ouch. She continues trying to punch Ethan, but he's too agile. I mean, he's just a floating head, so I suppose that gives him extra points to evasion. Agility and evasion. She glimpses at her computer. 2089? This can't be right, it's March of 2087. Or is it July? What's happening to me? Pixel leaves Ethan alone for a second and checks the internet. I can't believe it. It's really November of 2089. Why can't I remember the last 2 years? Pixel, you seem distressed. What's happening? What is this robot doing in my house? Why is he acting like he cares about me? Yeah, interesting. And by the way, I mentioned pixelated graphics. I mean, it really works with this kind of art style. Just look at that jagged arm. Cool. Start talking, robot. What are you doing in my house? Pixel, we are partners. We solve cases together. But there's something wrong with me. You're missing some limbs? A body? couple of toes. It's okay, you look good just like you are. According to my system logs, something happened yesterday at 11:38 p.m. I received a big amount of data that seems to have corrupted my memories. Oh. I'm sorry, Ethan. Denial of service, something like that. You got... you got hacked. So he claims he has memory issues as well? Isn't that convenient? If your memories are corrupted, how come you remember us working together? Uh-huh. I'm not sure. The memories I have are like summaries of memories, if that makes sense. There are no specific memories at all, but somehow I know you are Pixel, and you are a hacker detective, and we work together solving cases, and I'll do anything to help you. Oh, that's so nice. He's such a loyal robot. You must be lying. Why would I work with a robot? Oh. If you really would do anything to help me, then connect your system to my computer and enter standby mode so I can check what's wrong with you. Troubleshoot. Okay, I trust you, Pixel. Please don't delete me. Please, Pixel. Woo. Ethan connects his system to Pixel's computer and enters standby mode, leaving himself unable to do anything until Pixel restarts him. Look at that. That must be the data stream. It's a real stream. Cool. He was right about the data dump. His memory is practically all corrupted indeed. Looks like when I tried to recover my old save data from that Battle Monsters game. Ah, yeah, I know how it is. I don't trust this robot, but he's being cooperative, and his report about his logs checks out. I could erase him right now, and he knew that. Pixel disconnects Ethan from her computer and puts him back online. Okay, Ethan, you can help me. Why are my memories gone? And why is my computer wiped? What do you mean your memories are gone? The last 2 years or so, I don't remember anything. It's as if I was asleep for 2 years, because last I remember it was mid-2087, not 89. Ah, the 80s. I mean the 2080s. I'm afraid I don't know, Pixel. I will probably be able to help you more once my system is back to normal, but I'm not sure how long that will take. Yeah, restore the snapshot. Always take backups, kids. Just in case you get your robot gets hacked. I have no time for this, but I guess I'll keep you around until I figure something out. What's the hurry? Consider the facts. I'm missing memories of the last 2 years, and my computer gets wiped at the same time. It could be a coincidence, but if it's not, then the most likely explanation is that someone somehow deleted my memories. And I don't think people delete memories just out of kindness and courtesy. If someone went through the trouble of hacking me and deleting my memories instead of just killing me, that means they want me alive, so they probably want something else from me. I need to be prepared for whatever comes next. My physical possessions seem to be intact despite all my digital stuff being wiped. I wonder if that notebook is still around. Pixel checks her desk drawers. Aha, here it is. A lot of encrypted stuff, as expected. Huh? What is this? Are these police case IDs? It's the last entry, so it must be somewhat recent. There must be something in those cases that can help me figure out what happened to me, or at least help me understand why someone would want my memories gone. Hey Ethan, help me set up a case on my computer. Case ID 591872222-B. I'm on it. Is this a case you've been working on? I guess we'll see. Right. So the first case is the one that is available in the demo. And there are, I believe, 6 cases in total that are still under development, and they will be made available in time. So right now the game is in early access, so if you want to try it out, I mean at least the demo, you can offer your feedback and the developer is going to check it out and make adjustments if necessary. Yeah, nice. Okay, desktop overview. Hey, look, it's Windows XP. Look at the green plains and the blue sky with clouds. Okay, on the left side of the screen, you will find your icons, which allows you to navigate on the left side. Okay, on the left side of the screen, you will find your icons, which allows you to navigate through the different sections of the game: interviews, clues, hints, and settings. Okay. The hint button will show you a hint about the current point you are in the game. Check it, click it only if you are stuck. Yeah, I like the fact that you don't get a hint automatically. If you stay stuck at the same point, the hints will become progressively more explicit with each click. Oh, nice. So you can just get a tiny hint, and then if you really don't get it, get a bigger hint. So you can still try to figure out mostly by yourself. Cool. Okay, on the right side of the screen, you will see the currently available interviews. Click on the interview you want to access to open the interview database window. So Alex interview topic, Bernie's murder. Okay. Click me after reviewing the new unlocks. New clues unlocked. Okay. When you see Ethan pop up, click on him to watch his interaction with Pixel after reviewing the latest unlocked responses. Oh, something was successful there. Okay. This is the case terminal logs. And they're attempting to decrypt artifacts. Most of the attempts fail. Decrypting case artifacts. Okay, so the logs from the background processes attempting to decrypt case clues and statements. This window is not interactable, and its contents are only useful for the operative system's developer. Okay. What do you say, Ethan? Oh, we do have a lot of pixels here. Yeah, it kind of looks like one of those old CRTs, the very old ones that are curved. Okay, the case framework I developed seems to have booted up correctly. This looks very complicated. What should we do first? I usually begin by reviewing what clues we were able to decrypt from the start. Then I check the available interviews. The police usually asks witnesses their name and their age, so I would start by asking both questions to make sure the interview system works. Okay, so she has developed her own system for decrypting those police interviews that are apparently encrypted, that I believe she somehow hacked. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So we have the interviews here with Alex. We also have clues. Oh, cute doggy. Okay. So Alex. Alex is the main suspect. We don't know yet. Bernie. Bernie is the victim in this case. She was a journalist investigating the... interesting. Bernie's death report. Pixel, it looks like this case took place in April of 2087, more than 2 years ago. Do you remember hearing about this? Okay. So Bernie was killed with an axe, taking a hit to the head with the weapon at approximately 3:12 p.m. the 16th of April of 2087. She was coming back to her home from a supermarket a few blocks away. No, I don't remember anything about this case, but maybe it just flew under my radar at the time and I only learned about it later. So what do you remember from the 87? Well, in 86 I got fired from my job as a police consultant for refusing to stop working on a case. Oh, well, that's understandable because sometimes even if a case cannot be solved apparently, maybe you can keep going, but the police will probably want to reallocate resources for something, I don't know, something else. Yeah, it's difficult when you have bad guys to catch and put behind bars and not going through with the case and checking everything out and getting through to the end might mean that the bad person will go free and they can continue doing bad things, which, well, we don't want. In 87, I started working as a private investigator and I was struggling to get clients. Oh. 90% of my potential clients were married people looking for evidence of infidelity. Oh. Okay. So nothing too complex, I suppose. I've done a couple of these, but it got so boring that I refused to do them anymore. Then there were some potential clients that required things outside my area of expertise, like surveillance or infiltration. Okay. I have a feeling we have done things like that before. Go on. No, that's it. I don't recall the specifics. Anyway, I only got a couple of interesting cases, and the last thing I recall doing before my memory loss is desperately looking for clients. Yeah, it's hard to get work as a private investigator. Or at least that's what all the detective TV series are telling me. Okay. So the interview... We'll see in a second. Pixel. This is Pixel. She's pixelated. Pixel, a hacker detective. That must be her username in the hacker universe. She woke up at her desk, confused. She was greeted by Ethan, a robot assistant she doesn't remember. After a moment of panic and violence against Ethan, Pixel realized she had no memories of the last 2 years, and that all her digital devices had been wiped. Pixel remembers her childhood, living her childhood home, working with the police solving cases, getting fired, and her own first few detective cases. After that, it's all blank. Okay. Pixel doesn't trust Ethan because she always hated robots, but keeps him around to obtain information about her past. Okay. Curious what happens if I select things, apparently. Nothing yet. Pixel's notebook. Okay, Pixel's notebook, one of the only items in Pixel's possession that contains recent information. Pixel started writing in this notebook when she was a kid, hence the heart drawing, but didn't use it much, preferring digital notes. However, she kept notes for specific pieces of information she didn't want to lose in case she was hacked. Not hooked, hacked. Sorry. The first notes are keys and encrypted passwords only Pixel can decipher, updated over years. The most recent entry on the notebook contains police case IDs Pixel doesn't recall. Between these entries there are encrypted notes Pixel doesn't remember writing or how to decipher at the moment. Okay. Cannot select this either. Ethan! He's a robot. Ethan is Pixel's robot assistant. According to him, his memories are corrupted. So he knows they've been working together for some time, but doesn't have any specific memories about it. Despite being a robot, Ethan lacks knowledge about the world, which seems related to his corrupted memories. Now, I have to wonder, as much as Ethan is supposedly, a good robot, well-intended robot, are those memories corrupted as in just encrypted and they need to be deciphered somehow, or are the memories overwritten and distorted and, manufactured by someone or something? Curious. Okay. Okay, let's check out the interview with Alex. Okay, interview database tutorial. Hang in there, we're gonna check out the tutorial and see what it's about. So this is the interview database framework window. In this window, you will interact with the case's interviews and unlock statements and pieces of evidence. On the left side of the interview, you will see the interview metadata over here. This metadata contains the interviewee's name, the date of the interview, the topic of the interview, the assigned role of the interviewee in the case, and the way the interview was conducted. On the middle of the window, you will see the statements. These are the answers the interviewee gave during the interview. Each statement will be encrypted until you unlock it. As you can see, it's all gibberish or some unknown language. On the bottom of the window is the text input field. In order to unlock statements, you will have to ask questions to the interviewee. Okay. You can ask any question by typing them in the text input field and pressing enter or clicking send. If there is a match, the matching statement will be unlocked. For example, if you ask, "What is your name? Can you tell me your name? Who are you?" or however you want to phrase it to Alex, his answer to the question will be decrypted and you will be able to see it on the statements section. So basically we have existing interviews that the police conducted with suspects or other people of interest assigned to a certain case. And everything is encrypted and we need to figure out the information by asking the correct questions, and that is how we decrypt the answers. If the question is not found in the interview, it's going to not result in anything. That's an interesting way of an interesting game mechanic. Okay, by clicking on a specific statement, you can access the debunk button to debunk that statement. Oh, we can debunk the fact that his name's Alex. Debunking requires you to have a clue that contradicts the statement, so most statements can't be debunked like Alex's name. Okay, last but not least is the handbook button. This button will open the handbook, which contains information about how the police conducts interviews. Okay. The handbook is divided by sections, and each section contains information about how the topics in that section are treated. The handbook keeps track of what statements relevant to each section you unlocked. Oh, so it's going to help us in case we get stuck, I suppose. With the handbook, you can make sure you ask the fundamental questions before racking your brain trying to come up with a way to debunk a suspect. Nice. So it's kind of a tracker for what we have to do. Okay. So the interview database. We have the person here with red eyes and a similar hairdo to the person who was in the shadows at the beginning of the game. Do you suppose it's the same person? Do those red eyes glow in the dark? So, name Alex, date 17/4, topic Bernie's murder. Role main suspect. Personal interview at the police precinct. Okay, let's see. Who are you? Response, I'm Alex. Click me after reviewing the new unlocks. Okay, Ethan. So eager Ethan. Okay. Wow, how come you asking a question recrypt statements? Well, we first obtained the list of encrypted statements from the police database, right? Right. The statements are encrypted using a quantum encryption algorithm called IEA, which encrypts each statement with its vectorized intent. Interesting. By vectorizing the intent of the question I input and comparing it to the encrypted vectorized intents of the statements one by one, if there is a match, the matching statement can be decrypted by an algorithm or reverse engineered. Okay. It seems quite convoluted for police encryption, but I suppose they do a good job in there. You kind of lost me there. Sounds like magic. Oh, Ethan. There's no magic. Oh. Rats. Sorry, Ethan. You can still believe in magic if you want. I don't know. Ethan feels like such a kid. If there is no match, my software will say something like, no match found, or however I worded it. But it doesn't matter because I can ask as many questions as needed. Okay, so it seems that we don't have a limit to how many questions we can ask, so that's good. There can be lots of trials and errors involved, but I am able to make educated guesses based on the context of the case, the clues, my knowledge of how the police asks questions, etc. That's amazing, Pixel. Can't believe you can do that. Yep, and the best thing is that by decrypting statements, we will also sometimes decrypt evidence. Ooh, nice. How does that make sense? Well, I had access to the police database software when I worked there, and I should shut my mouth. I already told you too much. Oh, okay. Oh no, who knows, maybe Ethan is transmitting everything to the perpetrator. The red-eyed guy. Oopsie. Let's hope not. Okay, how old are you? I'm 25 years old. See, we asked a question, and the answer was decrypted. What do you say about that, Ethan? Cool, the system seems to be working as I recalled. We should start asking relevant questions now, like the ones the police would ask. We can follow the handbook for that. For instance, the next question could be about his location at the time of the incidents, or his relationship with Bernie. Right, so we have the handbook. Let's check it out. Okay, personal information. The first step in an interview is usually to ask for personal information about the interviewee to understand their profile. So we already did name and age. We can ask about occupation. That would be relevant. Alibi. If the interviewee is a potential suspect, it's important to establish the interviewee's location and activities during the time of the incident. So location, accusation response. Connection to the case. Understanding the interviewee's connection to the case is crucial for context, so relationship to the victim. Follow-ups and evidence discussion. After gathering initial information, it's important to ask follow-up questions and discuss key pieces of evidence related to the case and the witness. So why, how, what, where, when. And debunks. If an interviewee statement contradicts a piece of evidence, it's important to show these inconsistencies to them. In order to understand the nature of the discrepancy or to gather more accurate information. Okay. Okay, so we were about the occupation, right? What? Occupation. you have? I do some odd jobs here and there for a living. Where do you live? This question was not asked by the interviewer. Okay. Bernie, right? That was the murdered person. So, do you know Bernie? I never met Bernie. But maybe he knows something about her? What do you know about Bernie? I don't know anything about Bernie or her work. Okay. Wait, we have the clues. Bernie's death report. Was killed with an axe, taking a hit to the head, blah blah blah. 16th of April. 16th of April. Where were you on the 16th of Okay, we have two things. Oh, something was unlocked. Sorry. DNA evidence. So I was in my home at the time of the incident, nowhere near where it happened. And I was doing laundry at the time of the incident. Doing laundry at home. What does it say here? Alex lives an hour away from the crime scene. How do we know? Is it here? No. Bank statement. Look at all that money. Oh, that must be a gazillion dollars. Untraceable accounts. Hold on, let me read. So Alex's bank statement shows daily deposits from different untraceable accounts, beginning April 5th up to and including the day the statement was obtained, 17th of April. The deposits amount to a very large sum. So, as I said, gazillions of dollars. Untraceable accounts? That is weird. I've only seen this when I was doing shady hacking jobs. What were you doing? Some clients paid this way, so my services couldn't be traced back to them. Pixel, you weren't so above the law all the time, I see. Alex must be up to something shady as well, most likely. Isn't hacking dangerous? How did you get into it? I guess it started by learning about all the encryption methods in school, like prime factorization. Could be, yeah. I remember it felt like solving a puzzle game. School was always so boring to me, but this was fun. So I started learning more about modern quantum encryption and how to break it. Cool. I had to learn really advanced math and quantum physics, but I was so into it that it didn't feel like work. Yeah, you could say encryption is fun, but it's hard work. And then I started hacking everything and getting in trouble for it. I had to learn how to be more sneaky about it and how to cover my tracks. Pixel is a bit like Neo from the Matrix. Then I realized I could make money hacking, so I became a grey hat hacker. I think a grey hat hacker is one of the good hackers. I think they don't actually break things. What's a grey hat hacker? It's a hacker that wears a grey hat. It's someone who shows people how easily hackable their systems are by hacking them and then offers to fix their vulnerabilities for money. Well, yeah. So like extortion. Usually, not usually, but Sometimes companies actually employ gray hat hackers to check the robustness and stability and security of their system. And that's how a gray hat hacker could make money legitimately, not extortion. But there might be hackers who extort as well, and that's what regular hacking is. I think that is the black hat hackers. Yeah, no, that's what the black hat hacker do. Yeah. I never threatened my clients, just pointed out the flaws in their systems and offered them solutions. So you gave them, business. Nice. I see. Is that legal? No, but yes, kind of. It's complicated. One could say it's a gray area. Oh, Ethan, already doing the cringy jokes, huh? Yeah, it's just like your sense of humor. Okay. Let's see, DNA evidence. Hover to read clue description. A strand of hair containing Alex's DNA was found on Bernie's clothes, oh my, suggesting that Alex interacted with Bernie the day she died. Okay, interesting. We should ask Alex about this. Let's go back. Hey, look! Artifact successfully decrypted. Okay. Or maybe... Where is it? I never met Bernie. Debunk. Can we? Oh, we have a tutorial. Just a second. To debunk a statement, the first thing you need to do is select the clue that contradicts the statement or shows that the statement is false or invalid. Well, the hair, right? Next, the next step is explaining how the clue contradicts the statement. Oh, okay. For example, if the statement is, I was at the park that day, and the clue says the park was closed that day, you can say the park was closed that day, so you couldn't have been there. Okay. Make sure you selected the right statement and the right clue. Most statements can't be debunked. Make sure you found a meaningful problem in the statement that the clue you own can demonstrate. Okay. Keep in mind that debunks are not the place to ask questions. If you find yourself wanting to debunk a statement with a question, you should try instead asking the question in the interview framework. Alright, so we have to follow proper procedure here. It's just like regular police work. I'm saying that I don't know what regular police work does. I'm sorry. I just saw a bunch of movies and TV shows on mysteries and detective work and so on. Yeah. There was a hair with your DNA on Bernie's clothes, so you must have interacted with her. Yes. Let's try. Aha! New clue unlocked. Supermarket witnesses. Oh. Okay, I don't know why my hair was found on the victim. We may have brushed past each other at the supermarket I went to earlier that day. He did say about supermarket, didn't he? No, she went to the supermarket. Okay, hold on. We have clues. Oh, it's an eyewitness, a literal eyewitness. Witnesses at the supermarket saw Alex and Bernie at the store the day Bernie died between 2:55 p.m. and 3:05 p.m. They were not seen together, but they were both at the supermarket at the same time. The store is a few blocks from Bernie's apartment. Okay. So 10 minutes. So Alex said, and this clue corroborates it, that he was at the supermarket the day of the incident. We should be able to easily debunk his claim about his location at the time of the incident. So what do you mean by debunk? Not all the statements are encrypted the same way, but we can't tell how they were encrypted beforehand. Some statements, those belonging to responses from a second round of questions made by the police about previous statements from the same interview, are encrypted, including a reference to the clue used by the police to press the suspect and the inconsistency pointed out by the police. Those statements are trickier to decrypt, but what usually does the trick is aligning the right clue with the right statement and approximate the inconsistency between them. Okay, once we have all three of those things, we can vectorize them and compare the result to all the encrypted statements until we find a match. If we are lucky, like we do with regular statements. I'm sorry, almost all of that just flew over my head. So they're encrypted differently, that's why we're not able to get the correct information from the start. And we need to do special things to decrypt them. That's what you do, Ethan. We just have to find a clue that contradicts the statement and explain the contradiction. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. So, supermarket witnesses. I was in my home with the eyewitnesses. So, you were seen at the supermarket. Oh, sorry. For the incident. So you can't have been home. Let's hope this is good. Oh, that's right. I did go to that supermarket that day, but I had nothing to do with the murder. There is no possible reason for me to want to kill Bernie. What do you say, Ethan? Yeah, Alex lied about being at home at the time. Not looking good for him. I guess what's left to do is figure out a possible motive. I would also suggest figuring out if the weapon is connected to him. We have no evidence to suggest Alex had a personal reason to kill Bernie. But we do have evidence that he is receiving large sums of money in his bank account from untraceable sources. I think we should ask him about it. Good idea. So, where do all those large sums of money come from? That sounds like a weird question in any context. Those statements, yeah, that's an expletive here. Those statements, you see, Bernie's funeral. Hold on, clues. Calm down, just a sec. Strange contact with the police. We'll get to the clues too. So, those statements you see on my bank are payments for a job I'm doing, but it's under a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't talk about it. What job? Oh, how could you? Okay. Something new in the interviews. Oh, another suspect. Okay, Hold on, let's get to the clues. Last case update. Hold on, let me read. As of October of 2088, so that's 1 year after the incident, the case is still open. Oh, but hasn't been updated for months. No one has been charged for this crime. Wonder why. What? So after all of this evidence, the case just went cold? How is that even possible? Well, when you don't have enough evidence to convict the perpetrator. Maybe the second interview will give us more information about this. We're done with Alex? I don't think we're done with Alex. Alex, we're not done with you yet. Bernie's funeral. Bernie's family organized a public funeral for her. The funeral was held on the 20th of April 2087. The family is still looking for answers. I'm sure. Strange contact with the police. An individual contacted the police by sending a small robot to the police station that facilitated a holographic interview with them. What? The robot claimed the individual had knowledge about the case while not being personally involved in any capacity. That's all kinds of suspect, don't you think? Suspicious. Sorry. Could I continue with Alex? We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Who sent you the money? Could we get some more information from him? Accusation response. Should we accuse him? That's kind of weird. You did it. Now let's go to the second interview, since that is what we're supposed to do here. Name, who knows? Date 18th of April, that's the second day. Bernie's investigation. Role contextual witness. Highly encrypted holographic conference. True that, I mean, yeah. Who are you? Response. Okay, wait. Wow, this person is very talkative. Let's get them from start to finish, okay? I'm a private investigator. I learned through news reports that a journalist had been killed. This led me to look into the matter myself, and I made some discoveries worth sharing. Alright. Bernie was investigating the black market and some of the organizations involved in it, such as the Crimson Mob, okay, the White Hand, and others neither she nor I could identify. Unfortunately, someone wasn't fond of that and resolved to silence her. They contracted an individual to eliminate Bernie to put an end to her investigations. I'm certain the hired murderer is Alex. Alex has a reputation as a for-hire murderer in the black market, considering that the DNA evidence proves Alex had physical contact with Bernie and the fact that he started receiving payments from unknown sources and without justification. I conclude that Alex was paid to murder Bernie. You sure did a lot of stuff. What do we have here? Alex's neighbors refused to be interviewed by the police, but confirmed off the record that they heard Alex was an assassin. Crazy. Okay, Ethan, what do you say? Oh, come on, that's not fair. What? Oh, probably the other investigators getting nicer cases or something like that. What happened? I was so close to solving this case, and this guy just spoiled it for me. All I needed to know was Alex's connection to the black market, and I would have been able to definitely prove he was the killer. I didn't need a random PI appearing and explaining how to solve the whole thing. Yeah. Professional, what's it called? Pride. So what Bernie was investigating that got her killed was the black market. What do you know about the black market? Okay, so the city's black market. Not much, I'm afraid. Well, I got my NIU in the black market. Your what? What's an NIU? The Neural Interface Unit. It's a brain implant that allows me to connect to the internet and other devices with my mind. Oh, we're getting all kinds of matrix in here. I had to get it in the black market because I was too young to get it legally, but I really needed it if I wanted to be serious about making money hacking. I mean, you can also connect to the internet with a computer. Does your brain have better power? Better computing power? I wonder. That sounds dangerous. How was your experience? I had to access the dark web and I found a seller there. I met them in a random store in the city. It was a weird experience. Did you go alone? Yeah, but I had backup in a way. I made sure there was a police officer nearby and I hacked his radio to send a signal with my location if something went wrong. A police officer that could have arrested you as well for dealing with the black market. Well, that's smart, Pixel. Can't help but wonder what if your memory loss is due to having a knockoff NIU. That's a good assumption, actually. Maybe she got hacked. Wow, how would that... What do you think of that, huh? I don't think so. I eventually replaced it with a legal one and the tests all came back good. Yeah, but you know, as soon as you're connected to the internet, you're vulnerable. How about someone hacking your NIU and messing with your memories? I thought about it, but hacking an NIU is not possible. If someone figured out a way to hack NIUs, they could practically mind control the whole world. That's the thing. Well, anyway, I am sure it's not unhackable. If that happened, my memories are the least of our problems. After the PI's thorough explanation, what else do you think the police asked him that will be relevant for us? The police was probably interested in how he knows so much about the black market. They always try to find an angle to catch you. And also they probably asked him why he is doing this, what his intentions are. We should discover what he had to say about that. Okay, so I understand that there needs to be a dynamic and a conversation to progress the narration and everything, but I feel like we're kind of being led by the hand a bit too much. But let's go ahead. So we just asked, who are you? We need to ask some more stuff. Okay, why are you telling us all this? Okay, Ethan, this is the only response, I think. I just want to make sure you guys, the police, do your job. I know some of you have been compromised. Ah, compromised. But I also know most of you are honest and want to do what's right. Or at least that's what I want to believe. So I'm here to do anything I can to help you. The last statement I'm interested in from the PI's interview is about how he knows so much about the black market. I'm certain the police asked him about that. Okay, so how do you know about the black market? My job as a PI often makes me confront entities that deal in the black market. I wish I didn't know the kind of stuff that goes on there. What entities? I'm sure the police didn't ask that one. The best match for that question has already been unlocked. Okay, so there's more that's encrypted. There's more information about Bernie. Okay, general clues. Neural interface unit. So the neural interface unit is a chip that connects the brain to the digital world. It is a brain implant that allows people to interface with digital devices on the internet directly. This person. An anonymous PI that seems to want to anonymously help the police solve cases. What a good guy, huh? He contacts them via holographic conference using a robot as intermediary. Is he the reason the case blah 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 ID number was registered in the notebook? Oh, sorry. I didn't read what Ethan was saying earlier. I'm sorry. Did you know about this PI? Seems like he does a similar job to what we do. A similar job? I would never help the police for free. Those guys are all rats. I'm confused. Didn't you work at the police? Yeah, but she got fired. Not really. I was an external consultant. Right. That's totally different. Bold move getting this sassy with me at elbow to the face distance. Either way, I don't think I knew this PI, but I'm not sure. Also, I don't think he's being honest. Something's off about his character. I can feel it. That being said, I agree with his analysis of the case. So how did you end up working with the police? I always loved detective stories. Since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a detective like Poirot or Sherlock Holmes. So in the summer of '85, when the local police was looking for a hacker as a consultant in a murder case, I jumped at the opportunity. I practically solved the case by myself, and while they didn't really like me overstepping their boundaries, they had to recognize that they needed me. So they offered me a permanent position on the team, which I was happy to accept at the time. I see. Custom robot. Okay, custom-made robot that interacts with the police on behalf of the anonymous PI. The robot appears to be custom-built, one of a kind, probably built by the PI himself or a close collaborator. Yeah, interesting. What is this? I knew it. You are a spy. What? Oh, the similarities? You belong to the anonymous PI and you were sent to spy on me. Oh. Did you have something to do with my memory loss? Start talking right now. Oh no. Thank you for playing the demo. That was quite a cliffhanger, I must say. Nice. So it seems that the custom robot looks so much like Ethan. They are probably the same robot. And in that case, considering how Pixel hates robots, how on earth did Ethan manage to infiltrate her life, her work? How did they become partners if he doesn't actually know much? Well, there's more mystery to uncover then. Probably in the rest of the game, I suppose. Yeah, if you like this, I encourage you to check it out. It has interesting mechanics. I thought it was a fun one. A bit tutorial-y, but that is to be expected of an unusual kind of game, I suppose. Yeah, check it out if you liked it. And I'll say thank you for watching and have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.